Hey guys, welcome back. In previous video we saw how we can do mutation, and we also saw like we needed to pass various arguments here in mutation method. So there is a solution for this, like we can use input. What is input? It is actually an object. So instead of like passing arguments separately, like in JavaScript you can pass all the properties together in an object. The same thing we are going to do in GraphQL here, and we'll see like how we can define input type. So let's start. What I'm going to do here is like I will be defining one input type here, and that is input create create user input. Now what I will do is like I will copy all these three fields from here. All right, I'll keep it optional, and what I can do here is like I can provide user as default value. Now, since we have this input ready, what we can do is like we can create a field name here, argument name, that is create user data, and we can define its type as create user input type, and we'll make it mandatory since we'll be needing this data to generate one user. Now, what we are going to do is like we'll start our server since it is running successfully, so we can go back in web browser and see like if it is there or not. Now we can see like we have a mutation, and in mutation we have a create user input. Let me just expand it little bit. Now you can see like there's a create user input type, that is create user data, which is in arguments. Let's do one mutation here. Now since we have done some changes here, we'll actually have to modify the resolver as well. Let me just go back in index.js file, and if you see like we were expecting all these parameters directly, but let's go back in playground. If we write mutation now, what will happen is like we'll have to like when we will defining like create user, we'll be actually writing it as an object, and we'll be defining username property on create user data, and let's say uh, Harry123, and then let's keep its email as harry123@gmail.com. All right, and the role is there as well, like I can define the role as well. So what I'm gonna do here is like I will just define the role, and it should be, let's make it admin. Now since we have defined the data that we want to pass in, pass using like create user data, these things are already set up, so we can select some of the properties here like name. Let's select some properties. I mean, yeah, name. There's no name actually, username, email, and role. If I try to execute this now, it will throw an error. The reason behind that is like now we are sending one parameter only, one argument, that is create user data. But in resolver, we are expecting username, email, and role that we are not getting it right now. What I'm going to do here is like I will add one parameter, create user data, right? And I can actually destructure these fields. So I'm destructuring username, email, and role from create user data. You can also use, I mean, direct this field, and you can just do dot and dot create user data dot id dot username dot email. This this way as well, but I'm using the JavaScript feature of destructuring and directly assigning it here. Let's try it again and see like if this is working or not. All right, it's not working. Still, it's not working. The reason behind that is I have not saved this file. So let me just quickly save it and I will try it again. Now our user is saved. I will do one query with the help of query users. Now we are able to fetch the user's details as well. So in this video we saw like how we can use input as argument instead of passing separate values or multiple values in arguments. We used one object, and with the help of that object we created a new user. So that's it from this video. For upcoming videos, stay tuned. Have a nice day.